There's a story with the rabbi of Migdal Emek. His name is Rabbi Yitzhak David Grossman. Now, Rabbi David Yitzhak Grossman, he walked into Migdal Emek one day. And Migdal Emek was known to be the Abarian city. People were Mehalel Shabbat, smoking, thievery, everything. Nothing was going well for that town. But he walked in and he reshaped the whole town, Migdal Emek. Today it's flourishing with Torah, with Ba'alat Teshubah, it's amazing. So he's the rabbi of Migdal Emek. A father came over to him and he said, Rabbi, you have to help me. Even though I am not a religious Jew, but my son is about to marry a Goya. Please, Rabbi, you have to help me. He says, no problem. Send him over. I'll speak to him. Fine. The boy comes. The rabbi tries to speak to him. 2-3 hours. Nothing's penetrating. Nothing's going through. The boy tells the rabbi, I'm sorry, Rabbi, I wasted your time. Nothing's going to change my mind. The father calls the rabbi again. He says, Rabbi, what do we do now? He says, I can refer him to my rabbi, the Rabbi of Leilov. I can refer him to him. And we'll see, maybe he'll have better success than me. He says, Rabbi, please do that. So he calls up the Rabbi of Leilov, his rabbi, and he says, are you willing to meet with this boy? He says, no problem. So the rabbi makes the appointment with the boy. And before the boy comes, the rabbi goes to the mirpeset. Mirpeset means the balcony outside. And he puts 2 chairs. And he tells the boy, okay, come in. This is the Rabbi of Leilov, hoping to have success. He calls him in. The rabbi sits on one chair. He puts his legs on the other chair. He takes a cigarette out and starts smoking. And he talks to the boy 2-3 hours about everything under the sun, but not about the Goya. He talks to him about sports. He talks to him about religion. He talks to him about everything, makes no mention about the Goya. 3 hours are done. He says, Rabbi, it was very nice. Thank you so much. He leaves. The boy comes back home and the rabbi and his father asks him, no, how was it? It was great. Did he talk to you about the Goya? As a matter of fact, he didn't. What did we gain? What was the point of the boy going? He calls up Rabbi David Grossman. He says, what did your rabbi do? What do you mean? He didn't talk about the Goya. That's the whole reason. That's the whole point for sending the boy there. He says, I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. Let me call my rabbi. I'll find out. So he calls his rabbi. He says, Rabbi, can you tell me exactly what happened? Why didn't you mention the Goya? He says, don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. Well, how are we going to succeed? He says, ask the boy one question. Did he have a good time in my meeting with him? That's all I want to know. Bye. Hangs up the phone. He calls the boy. He says, my Rebbe wants to know, did you have a good time talking to him? He says, I'll tell you the truth. He is the most interesting man I ever met in my life. Okay, thank you. Hangs up the phone, calls the rabbi back up. Rebbe, he says, you're the most interesting person he met in his life. He says, I guarantee you he'll forget about the Goya. Don't worry, everything will be good. That's what happened. He forgot about the Goya completely. He's in Eretz Israel right now, married to Yehudiya. His children go to yeshiva, shomer Torah and mitzvot. What's the point of the story? When you have a connection with God, then nothing else matters in the world. All you need is a connection with Hashem. Everything else will fall into place. All the problems in your life, everything will fall into place. You just need a connection with God. That's what it means. Nahamu, nahamu, ammi, yomar Elohechem. Hashem says, the Beit HaMikdash is not here. Okay. Mashiach didn't come. Okay. Are we connected? That's all I want. That's all I crave. That's all I desire. I am telling you, yomar Elohechem. I am telling you, I am still your God. The question is, do you feel like you are still my nation? Do you want that connection? If you do, then everything could be worked out.